afternoon, everybody. My name is Robert Ryan. I want to introduce my friend Sabrina Lacey over here is going to be my co-host. And this is my good friend Tom BASACCHI. And Tom runs a organization called Day of the Races.
Day at the Races.
And but before we get to, and we want to certainly thank Erica Bradley for the use of this particular facility. I can't thank you enough. This is so important to get the news out there to all the vets, and certainly I hope everybody, all the vets from Nassau County, Suffolk County, New York City, all the boroughs, I hope you tune into this so you could see kind of what people that really do good things for vets, what they're all about, what makes them tick, and why they get involved in these kinds of programs in the first place. Before we interview, Tom today, it's always a solemn time of this show, because a lot of vets have passed this past month, and want to give a little tribute to them because they certainly have earned it and deserve it. Donald Cotton, he came from Bayville. He was 94 years old. He was in the Air Force, and he was a professor. He was an environmentalist. He was a politician. The man really gave back to this beautiful country of ours, and sorry that he passed. We have Bob Jacoby. He was an Army veteran who became chief department in Woodmere and the Oceanside Fire Department. He was a civil engineer and later a director of safety at Nassau County Medical Center. Another fine man. Jack O'Connell, he lived for a time in Hempstead. He was an Army veteran, a husband, a father. One of my favorite professions, he was a bartender and an actor, and would have liked to have met this man. I'm sure he has a lot of interesting stories. He was on many TV shows. Richard Larguy, another man that lived a long time, 94 years old. He was an Army veteran who served during the Korean War, and he was from Hicksville. And I think that's where you're posted. You're part of the, right?
I might even have known him.
James Cohill, he passed away at 97 years old. Boy, these veterans are living pretty long. He was a Navy veteran, World War II, and attended Hofstra University after the war. There's Milton Block of Huntington. He died 3 weeks short of turning 100. He was drafted into the Army and was sure he was going to die, but he made it all the way through it and became a sergeant. Dr. Stanley Klein, 98 years old, veteran from Dix Hills, served in the Philippines with the Army in 1946 and 47. That's where my father was in those same years. Gene Levy died at 99. He won a Bronze Star at the Battle of the Bulge during World War II. William Smith of Amityville was a proud veteran of the Marine Corps. He was also a policeman and a volunteer fireman. Isn't it interesting how they all give back constantly, just like you? And lastly, Joseph Daniels of Greenlawn was a Navy veteran for over 9 years, and he was an electrician and a gang foreman, and he worked for the Long Island Railroad. And one other gentleman that I have to mention, I mentioned it once before, one of the finest men I've ever met, and his name was John Welsh. And he didn't get a chance to live a long life like some of these other vets. He was 61 years old, and he started the program Vets Out of the Rough with a wonderful woman named Kathy Fall. And we started that program up again last night, where we had over 100 veterans come. And they're there to learn how to play golf, but they're also there for the camaraderie and the conversation. It's a wonderful program. And now it's time where I want to talk about another program being delivered by another fine veteran. He's been doing this for 15 years, by the way. He actually picked up on a program called Day of the Races. Why don't you just give us a little idea what that's all about?
All right, I'm going to start from the beginning and work my way straight down through.
Absolutely.
We joined the American Legion 15 years ago. That's how I know we've been doing Day at the Races for 15 years. We were at a county meeting. Frank Colon, who was running the program at the time, said, "I need volunteers." Mary looks at me and goes, "You want to do this?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we started doing it. At some point, Frank went to Mary and said, "Could you do this?" And we had a conversation, and we said, "Okay, we're going to do this." So we started doing Day at the Races.
Wait, I have a question. Who is Mary?
Good question. Mary is the love of my life and my life partner. We do everything together.
How long you been together?
29 years.
Okay,
And we
29.
still like each other.
Really? And you served in the Navy, is that
I was in the Navy from 65 to 71. Mary was in the Army from 81 to 89.
Nice. I told you before I want to meet her.
Oh, you definitely, everybody loves Mary.
Oh, wait a minute.
Everybody loves me, not so much.
I know the reason why I haven't met her yet. Because you couldn't hear me.
That's right,
wanna
I couldn't
meet
hear
Mary.
you. That's right. For those, I wear hearing aids and they're turned up.
And Mary, thank you for your service too.
Let me give you a quick story. I'm walking around with a Navy t-shirt. She's walking around with an Army t-shirt. They thank me for my service. They don't thank her. And I can say, hey, you know, she was in the Army. Oh, thank you for your service. Anyway, Frank Cologne, we took it over for Frank Cologne. So what does it entail? It's a day at the races. It's not the dice with the count. We use actual DVDs from racetracks. Mary gets on and writes out a letter to each racetrack in the country, tells them what we do. They send us races. We even got a DVD player from New Mexico. So this is Day at the Races. The day we go in, it starts out with Mary going through the various DVDs to make up the sheets that we're going to give to the veterans.
Let's start at the first thing. The veterans are at the Northport VA.
Yeah, I'm going to.
In Northport,
right? I was going. Right.
Yeah.
These are the. Okay, just I'll follow along. They're veterans in Building 92. They're all in wheelchairs.
So this is the nursing home.
So this is the nursing home. This is, you know, and every one of these guys are in wheelchairs. In fact, the last time we had this long table, and I'm looking, going, "Hey, we don't have any chairs." And somebody said they're in wheelchairs. Oh, right, good point. So, right, so, okay. So what we do is Mary will write up the sheets. I will take care of the T-shirts, and I'll get into that. And I'll do the coupon books we get from the retail store, and I'll tell you what that goes as we go.
So Tom, these sheets that you're talking about, these sheets contain the names of all the
names
horses
of, yeah,
that
between
are going
12
to
and
be in each
14
of the
horses
races.
that we're going to race for the day.
And how many races do you put on?
12 to 14, depending on what the track gives us.
So that's got to take at least a couple of hours just filming.
She's pretty good at it, but it takes about an hour and a half.
Okay.
I'm doing coupon books, and we need large T-shirts. I got to run out and buy T-shirts. And we have a budget with the American Legion, so I'll submit a bill, and then they'll reimburse us.
Got it.
Okay, so now we have the sheets. Now it's time to go out. So we go to the Building 92, and there's a lot of guys out there waiting for us. They're sitting there. They know. They can see. Hey, it's time for Day at the Races.
So there's about 80 plus nursing room patients. We probably get about 40, 50 of them to come out.
But pre-COVID, we were getting about 30, 35. I got at one point 43.
Okay.
Now we went back the first time, we only got 16. We're up to 25.
What are the ages of these veterans that
All about our age.
Yeah, they're mostly Vietnam vets in their 70s.
Yeah, at this point, he's right. They're mostly at one point, we had a bunch of World War II guys, but COVID wiped out a lot of guys.
So this is one of the programs that you're bringing to the veterans that have been in the nursing home for maybe about 5 to 10 years, maybe?
I don't really pay attention to how many years they are, but
that's where they live at, though,
yeah, they
right?
live here. They're absolutely living there. So I'll see a lot of the same guys. Before COVID, I would see a lot of the same guys.
With limited ability to go out because they're in wheelchairs.
They're in wheelchairs.
And they need assistance.
And they're not going to let them out of the building because they have a tendency to fall.
So you bring this program to them every month?
Second Saturday every month from September to May.
Nice.
And he's been doing this for how many years?
15 years.
15
and
years.
We're not tired about it. We like doing it. We're going to do it.
And you still work.
And I still work.
And you're only 60 years old.
And I'm only 79 years old.
I couldn't hear you.
79. Mary still works too, and she's 67. We're not stopping. Why should I stop?
So you're 79 and Mary is 67.
She was a baby.
Yeah, maybe we want to talk a little bit more about that.
Right. So you doing it as a team.
Yeah,
that's good.
She does her thing, I do my thing. I'm the announcer because I got the big mouth.
Right.
And she'll, make sure everything is going straight. At one point, we were giving We were giving care bags. Care bags was very simple: soap, body wash, toothbrushes, deck of cards, etc. You get the idea. And we were also giving them cupcakes, and we would do diabetic cupcakes. There were guys who, right, and then Mary would sometimes take a cupcake and, mess it all up so the guy who couldn't swallow. The VA made us stop doing all of that. So then we said, okay, we got to give them something. So we started doing T-shirts. You're not in a room when you got 30 guys sitting there looking at you, ready to go back, and you say, hey guys, guess what? I got T-shirts by size. The entire room. Even now, you see them,
Absolutely.
They line up.
Yes.
So this is a group of veterans that really, a lot of them don't have a lot of visitors. They're not coming up every day to see them and spend time. So that when we put this day at the races on, and I want you to know that they are so enthusiastic about attending this particular function. And they sit down and they get these sheets, as Tom was saying, and they'll lay their bet, and then they'll watch this race, and it's just like, it's like you're at Aqueduct. And they're off, you hear it. It's almost like listening to Harvey Pack at the track. And the race, as the announcer is calling the race, these guys and these girls get very enthusiastic, and they start cheering for their horse. And now these are people that were just doing nothing before Tom and his group got up there. And now here they are, kind of like, just like they're at the track. Everything that is in their mind is, they're not thinking about anything but having fun. And Tom provides the fun. It's such a good thing that you do for these guys.
You can't believe it, because I got my back to the thing watching the races, and you hear these guys cheering. It's like, holy Christ, man. Think about that.
Well, Tom, we're here to cheer for you, because for you to be at your age, what is that now? Let's get back to that. 79 years old. And you have your partner who's in her 60s, both of y'all veterans. Both of y'all are veterans, and you're still working.
Yeah.
And you still have the time to do this every month.
Yep.
All right?
And it's not a chore.
What passion?
It's not a chore.
But what passion instill you to get up, to drive all the way to the Northport with your own gas to go there and do that program every month?
Okay.
For how many years?
15.
15 years.
And I'm 79. There'll be a quiz at the end. I look at it this way. I got a roof on my head. I got food on my table. There are a lot of guys who don't have that.
Yes.
Right? I'm a veteran. They're a veteran. We have a brotherhood, so to speak. So let me give back to somebody. Well, hey, I made it okay. Maybe you didn't. Let's try to help you. Let's give you something to live for, I guess, or whatever. But it's a veteran helping a veteran. That's the idea of all the organizations. Veterans helping veterans.
There was one lady that came one afternoon. When I first did this, Ed Allman, we were at an American Legion meeting. And the question was posed, listen, there's something called the Day at the Races. I'm not sure what it is. They were discussing at the American Legion. But you want to give them some money, so they said, yeah, we can give them $100. So Ed said, well, we can give them $100 or we could send somebody up. And I heard it was in Northport, and I'm doing a bunch of things in Northport. I figured, you know what, let me go up there. I went up there and I saw a lady that we wheeled out of the room. She couldn't get out of the room until she got all dressed up. She put on a dress. She was wearing a hat that was Kentucky Derby worthy. And she could, so this is what he brings and his group brings when this is taking place. He reaches out, you get a lot of help.
Well, yeah, okay, so we can't do this with just me and Mary. I need volunteers. The idea was, what Mary does is she sends out a letter to the various posts, and every post has a specific month when they're supposed to come out. So we send out a letter, I call the post, hey, you're gonna come out, I can't, we're too old, yada, yada, yada. So we can't do this by ourselves. So I look for volunteers. We have a Blue Star Mother group, we had a Gold Star lady, we have Rob, So I haven't, and we have some friends coming in, and we're able to do this because some of these guys, you know, it's like, okay, guys, if you need help, raise your hand. And I need somebody to go over there and help them pick a horse.
And of course, needless to say, the veterans love it because you've got these lovely, beautiful Blue Star Lady mamas all going up and making a fuss over them. And some of them cannot read the racing sheet. So they need someone to guide them through it. Here are the horses that are running, and which horse would you like to pick? And they'll pick the horse out, but with the help of these Blue Star mothers and these Gold Star mothers, and people from out of the rough come and help out. Kathy Foll comes and helps out, and it's just it's a day where these veterans are almost getting one-on-one attention. This is attention that they haven't received all that week, and they're getting it on this wonderful Saturday afternoon.
One of the wonderful things about this, Tom, is that you bring in not only to those veterans at the Northport at the nursing home, you also bring in the veterans together that are helping and are getting them out of their house. So you're doing three different things. The third thing is there are veterans that are taking care of those veterans and that work for the VA. So you bringing everybody together as a team, and everybody's working, all veterans together, just like Ed did with this show. You know, all the veterans here, right, Eric? We all are veterans, and I'm the youngest one because I'm 40.
You're the baby.
Getting younger every time I meet her.
But that is one of the wonderful things, and like I said, and I'm going to say this to the viewers, we never know when we may be in that position.
Hey, that's right. You never know.
Never know if you're going to be in that position, but I want to plug to the Northport VA. We need to talk to our legislators and our senators and get on point to make sure that at Northport VA stay for the veterans. All right? The Suffolk County needed to stay the Northport for veterans. We don't need it privatized. We need to be a place where veterans who are in the rough, who have some problems, that are coming back, and we need our own place to go. So if we go to a civilian place, they're going to think we're acting out. We go to the Northport VA, the veterans there are taking care of us because some of them work there.
Yes.
Isn't that what you see, Tom?
Yeah,
when you
that's
go there?
exactly what I see. So moving forward, they pick a horse. Now we started playing around a little bit. Now it was like, pick a horse, one horse. The horse comes in, you win a coupon book. Then I started thinking about it. You go to a race, you got to win, place, and show. Okay, so it was like, okay, pick a horse, one horse. If the horse comes in first, second, or third, you win a coupon book. Then I'm staring at the odds one day, and the veterans like the odds. They caught on. You know, let's bet the favorite. They caught on. So I'm looking at them going, you know what? There's a long shot. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. Pick a horse. If you take the long shot and it comes in, we give you 3 coupon books. If the long shot comes in and either whether you bet them or you didn't, everybody gets a coupon book. So far, the long shot hasn't come in, but it's mixing stuff up.
And all of these coupon books are allowed to be used at the commissary.
Commissary, haircuts, retail store.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And that's I commend you for doing all that. And like, I'm quite sure the people out there want to say too, thank you for your service too in the Navy. And how long did you serve in the Navy?
6 years.
6 years. And what was your MOS or your specialty?
Ship serviceman. I did laundry. Why would you do laundry, Tom? Simple. I read a lot. So what do you do in the laundry? Throw it in the thing, watch it go, read a book, take it out, stick it in the dryer, put the next one, read a book.
So Tom, what do you expect or what do you want to happen with your program now since you have expanded and there's a lot more going on at the VA? What is some of the things that you would like to see added? Because you're there all the time. What do you hear for those veterans out there? What are some of the things that they really need? Because you've been going there for a long time. I'm quite sure you know. What can we tell the viewers out there that the veteran need at the Northport VA?
Volunteers. So we can start saying, okay, May, you're coming in. September, you're coming in. Right now, I have a group, and the group is great, and we do that. But theoretically, we're supposed to have everybody gets a date. So post A gets September, post B gets December, whatever, and everything. But right now, I just have a group of volunteers. If I get enough volunteers, then I won't need the post.
And there's also a great need, you know, Tom was mentioning that at the end of the event, before we bring everybody back, because we got to transport them out of the rooms, we got to transport them back into the rooms. And we don't just leave, we spend time with them then in the room, just talking to them about any subject matter that they want to talk about. They love every minute of it. It's so important to them, and we leave them wanting more. So they're going to be looking for this for next month's event. But what we really, you know, well, there's some out-of-pocket money that he's going into his own pockets to provide for these T-shirts. There are contractors out on Long Island, and I beseech you, if there's any way that you could lend a hand. I mean, you're making T-shirts, I'm sure, out of your facilities. You know, if you could make an extra 40 T-shirts and donate them to the vets, this would go a long way to really making these. They all need underwear changes. They all need these kinds of things, and you know, it's wonderful that Tom is doing this kind of event, but you know, sometimes he can't get the money from the American Legions or the Veterans of Foreign Wars to make the contribution. So when he falls short, he's dipping into his own wallet and he's making sure that the vets are being taken care of. But we can do more. And that's what this show really is for. There's real problems out there that we need to resolve, and this program is a program that veterans are helping other veterans in this way, that we're communicating to veterans out there saying, hey, we want you to join up. This man is 79 years old. How long can he keep doing this? I need some youngins. I need some young blood coming in. And believe me, when you volunteer, when you give, you get back, and you're not doing it to get back anything in return. No. But when you give, you know, Jethro Tull was a wonderful singer and a flute player, and he wrote a song, Wondering Aloud, and one of the lines in that song is, it's only in the giving that make you what you are. And we need to give a little bit more to our veterans because they need your help. They've served this country. They gave everything in they gave their lives to this country. And the least we can do is to give back a little bit more.
And most of the veterans that are out there, the Iraqi, the Afghanistan, and of course the Gulf War veterans, right? Take a look at what Tom is doing. Use your itinerary and figure out where can you go to give an hour of your time, once every month or once every year. Veterans Day, Memorial Day, or one of the days. But also, I got to plug this in, the Veterans of Foreign War need more volunteers. We need more veterans to come join us. The American Legions need more veterans to join us. I'm American Legion, I'm a Blue Star mom, I joined them all. Because everybody have a different culture. But when you join, you can either go where you're going. You're doing some sailing stuff also, right? What's that other thing that you do with the canoe?
Well, that's something called PAC 22.
Right.
That's run by a group of businessmen, along with the veteran Donna Zephyrin, who was on the show. Yeah. And she does a crossing, and she's going to be doing it again this August. And I don't have the exact date, but what they do is they go from Bridgeport, Connecticut, all the way to Port Jefferson in a kayak. Putting up with it, that's an amazing physical feat. And 22 veterans go across because it has been said, I'm not sure how accurate it is, but it has been said that 22 veterans commit suicide every single day.
But the problem is, it's not the 22 that commit suicide. It's the 22 families that are without.
Absolutely.
Their person.
Yes.
And then there's people out there that have their tenacity, can walk, they can help out. The only thing we ask you to do is join these organizations. We're not asking you to join for us, because I know I am at the end of my road, all right? We asking you to join so you can keep going. Because your grandkids and your kids, they don't have any place to go. The parades are the veterans.
Yes.
The Veteran Day Parade, it's the veterans. What you're doing over there, if you're not there doing what you're doing at the Northport VA, if I get and I have to go to the Northport VA and be in a nursing home, I'm just going to welch away. You got to get the veterans out. And if you're home right now and you're a veteran, come join one of the organizations. It doesn't matter which one you join, just join. And if you cannot participate, make a donation to one of the organizations. Because right now, Memorial Day is coming up. Right, Ed? We're getting ready to go into Memorial Day. All right? There's a lot of activities going on now. When you go to those events, make sure you make a donation. Make a donation to Tom's organization.
Rob,
All right?
I need to say something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, all right, so we're coming down to the end. If you want to volunteer, my phone number is 516-680-0073. I answer the phone from 8 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. If you want to volunteer, we need volunteers. Please give me a call. Just say, Tom, day at the races, and we'll have a conversation, and maybe you'll join and help us out. But remember, veterans helping veterans. We're veterans.
and it's coming
We're
up on the
supposed to
screen.
be helping veterans.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's all I have to say.
And Suffolk County has one of the largest veteran communities in the nation. And thanks to Ed, our veteran news program continued to go. And thank you. And thank you, Tom, for your service.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
And-
Tom.
You're welcome.
And thank you for coming. And Eric, anything going on for Memorial Day?
Everything's going on for Memorial Day. Get involved with one of the events.
And one other thing, I think we got a whole minute left. This program is not only going to be on public television, probably a month from now, but you can go on and see all of the Veterans News broadcasts. If you go to YouTube and you type in the words Ed Ullman at Veterans News, you could see every single one of these broadcasts. And let me tell you something, they've had some unbelievable guests that is doing so much for the veterans. I'd like you to take a look. I'd like you to go online, go into YouTube, and again, enter Ed Ullman
No.
at Veterans News.
Enter Veterans News,
VO.
Okay.
Veteran News.
Well,
it's-
they both work.
Yeah.
Not to confuse the audience, they both work.
Veteran News,
And
UVO.
Yeah.
there are some amazing programs. These gentlemen behind the scenes here, which you'll meet in a minute, okay? They put this broadcast on every single month, and I need more people to get out there and look at what's going on in this program.
And once again, it's Veteran News, UVO.
And I'd like to thank you guys for putting me on.
And Tom, thanks for coming.
Thank you
And
for-
thank you for your service.
The next page.
Okay.
Okay,
And
right.
all the-
Okay.
Very important.
Okay, we are out of time.
Go ahead, read it.
One quick piece of news. www.American
Air Power Museum.
Yeah, this is too much.
Okay.
Is the place to go for
Flights aboard the World War II Douglas C-47. Flights are on June 28th, September 6th, and October 4th. Go to AmericanAirPowerMuseum.org and click on the Flight Experience tab. Thank you.
All right.
And just
Good
go
job, Ed.
because it's an interesting place to go, and make sure you hit the armory too.
And would our crew please come up, because we'd like to introduce you to everyone.
We here.
General.